Hello, and welcome to Share the Stage with Maestro Kahchun Wong in the Hong Kong Philharmonic. My name is James Boznos, and I'm the principal timpanist of the orchestra. For this particular project, we've chosen two pieces of music, and we'll have excerpts also from those two pieces. So the first movement of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony, I'd like you to play on the timpani from 2 bars before letter Y until the very end of the piece. With this particular excerpt, there's a couple of things to try to keep in mind. For one, all the things are written as eighth notes, but in a timpani part, of course, that doesn't mean you play everything short like an eighth note. So try to keep the sound of the short notes in your wrist without dampening in between. That's certainly not necessary. So keep that for the whole piece. You'll see at letter double A towards the end. It's also, again, written as eighth notes, but you should play very legato. Just let all of your notes ring. And the other important thing in this excerpt is you can notice there's tons of dynamics. So starting forte to the double forte at letter Y, that note plays short. After that, you play the PP, you come back, grow with the rest of the orchestra until you get to letter Z. At letter Z, this is really a confusing part, how it's written. How we interpret that is just how the brass players play that. So what I recommend you do is in the first bar of letter Z, tie the 6th beat to the 1st beat, and also 2 bars later, tie the 6th beat to the 1st beat, and the 3rd beat to the 4th beat. When you do this, you'll end up with the phrase. And within that, just put your rolls. Something else I'd like you to try to do if possible. Whatever stick you use for this part of the piece, it has to be a little bit firmer, a little bit more solid. As you get to the end of the movement, and you're playing just with the solo bassoon, it's a much more legato sound. So I try to switch sticks. And the way you can do this is before letter double A, when you're playing this passage, play everything with your left hand. Switch. If you do this, then your final roll will have that nice sound. Otherwise, with a harder stick, it's not so good. So those are some ideas for you to keep in mind with this, and also a very firm tempo. Nothing really changes here until the final bars, so keep all your pulse really straight. This is a great timpani part. So when we have a share the stage with one instrument only, what I'd like to do is let whoever does this play the movement. So it'll be great fun for whoever is successful on that one. So the second piece that we'll be performing is the Tannhäuser Overture by Wagner. In the orchestra, we played this piece quite a lot lately. It's a great piece. There's not so much percussion. There's a little bit of cymbals, a little bit of tambourine, a little bit of triangle. And the timpani part is quite extensive also. So in the cymbal part, I'd like you to please play from letter K, just for 17 bars. And again, like we were talking about in timpani writing, where the composers write a short note, that's not necessarily played short. It's more an indication of how to play the note. But in this excerpt too, at letter K, you'll notice the first 8 bars, all those cymbal notes should just ring. So try to produce nice crashes that are kind of even and full sounding. Then the rest of the excerpt is the short notes. So everybody has a different technique how to do that. Try to keep your notes short and accurately on the syncopation. When you're doing crashes, maybe don't think of moving 2 cymbals together, like just let the weight of the cymbal. Also, conductors really want to see this. It has very little to do with the sound, but do it for the end of these things. And when you have your short notes, see if you can get all the sound out of the instrument. Also at letter K, the tambourine part, please play for 17 bars. With these notes, composers who write TR, trill, that's a shake roll for us on the tambourine. And again, whether you hold right or left-handed, that's up to you. Where you have just single notes. See if you can get the instrument to resonate a tiny bit in your tremolo. If you can play these things up in the air, it's also better for the audience to see what you're doing. For the short notes, I like it with a bit of knuckle. And if you let your tambourine in this vertical position, it doesn't sound dry. So when you hit it, turn it over like that. Well, we're wishing you the best of luck, and I hope to see you performing with us. Thank you.